Hello, this is History Shorts with the Artifactual Scholar. Today, I'll be talking about the history of ice cream. As the weather gets warmer, many of us look to cool down with a tasty, refreshing treat. Ice cream is as much a part of summer as baseball and barbecue. But what is the story behind this favorite summer pleasure? The origins of ice cream are wrapped in myth, legend, and historical uncertainty. There are stories of flavored ice desserts during the Achaemenid Persian Empire in the 4th century BCE. Some tales claim that Alexander the Great enjoyed snow flavored with honey, and it is said that in the 1st century, the Roman Emperor Nero used slaves to bring ice from the mountains to create a fruit-flavored iced dessert. But these were not quite ice cream. There is historical evidence of a frozen confection composed of rice and milk that was consumed in China as early as the 2nd century BCE. A millennium later, during the Tang dynasty, Chinese emperors enjoyed a frozen delicacy of flour, camphor, and buffalo milk mixed with ice. The Chinese also developed the technique of mixing salt with ice to create an endothermic reaction, allowing liquids to be frozen rather than just cooled. By the 15th century, this innovation had probably been carried westward over the Silk Roads into the eastern Mediterranean. There, the inhabitants of the Islamic world often consumed icy, fruit-flavored beverages called sharbat. Soon, these fruit beverages were copied by the Italians and the French. During the 17th century, European cooks began combining sharbat with sugar and using the Chinese technique, turning it into a frozen concoction called sorbetto, or sorbet. During the middle of the 1600s, Antonio Latini, the steward at the royal court in Naples, Italy, wrote the oldest known recipe for sorbetto. He also recorded a recipe for a milk-based sorbet, the first ice cream. Accounts from the 1670s and 80s depict English and French royalty enjoying ice cream. At this stage, ice cream remained a treat for the social elite. At roughly the same time, another Italian, Francesco Procopio Cuto, developed a recipe for gelato and established a cafe, the Café Procope, in Paris, where the frozen treat was sold to the public. By the end of the 17th century, ice cream was a popular but hard-to-get commodity. As Europeans began to cross the Atlantic Ocean in the 16th and 17th centuries, they brought ice cream recipes with them. The first record of ice cream in what would become the United States occurred in 1744, when the royal governor of Maryland, Thomas Bladen, served it to guests. By 1777, ice cream was available daily in New York City. In the 1780s, Thomas Jefferson, then American minister to France, was seduced by French ice cream and brought the recipe back to Virginia. George and Martha Washington also enjoyed ice cream, often spending large sums of money on the delicacy. But in all of these cases, ice cream remained a rare, luxurious treat. Ice cream was laborious to make and impossible to store for any length of time. It wasn't until the middle of the 19th century that new technologies allowed for the mass manufacturing of ice cream. In 1843, Nancy Johnson patented a hand-cranked ice cream churn. 8 years later, milk dealer Jacob Fussell built an ice cream factory in Pennsylvania. Large-scale production cut the cost to consumers, and soon Fussell's business was booming. By the 1870s, the invention of artificial refrigeration revolutionized the ice cream industry, making long-term storage and long-distance distribution possible. Today, Americans eat more ice cream than anyone else on Earth, and though its origins may be unclear, it is decidedly a favorite treat. So whether you eat your ice cream in a cone or a cup, as a sundae or a shake, remember to stay cool and enjoy your summer. This has been History Shorts. Thanks for watching.